He's like literally learning half of this shit as he's talking to Hasan, being like, so wait, there was like other civil rights protests, right? Yeah, no, I know, but then so, well, yeah, but like they were polite, right? And they followed all the rules, because that's the only thing I care about. It's that you shouldn't have, like, the police are okay, I think, if they're attacked by the fire extinguishers, to shoot kids in the face.
Whether or not it's justifiably okay to break the law for this cause. I think that's very unfair, and I think also
that's not true though. What you're saying is actually not correct. I just want to let you know. That's precisely the reason why the prosecutor's office in Texas, in Austin specifically, refused to prosecute all of the individuals that were apprehended by the Texas state troopers at the protest. So like,
I'm gonna bring his bed. His bed's not here. I feel bad
exactly
for him.
How the criminal justice system applies the means testing, I guess. And the reason for why they did that is because these guys were lawfully protesting and exercising their First Amendment rights.
They weren't doing anything wrong. Number one, like the people here at UT were doing nothing wrong. They should have never been apprehended.
Yeah,
there's no reason.
But the same fate will befall the UCLA students as well. And the reason for why they will inevitably not get any serious criminal charges or any charges whatsoever is because ultimately what they are doing is peaceful demonstration. The major purpose here of sending the police there is not actually to this is what is, like, on principle alone anti-American, in my opinion, if we are to believe the First Amendment is real and true and enshrined and protected by the Constitution, which is probably one of my favorite things about America, considering that I came from Turkey, and a lot of the shit that I say about the American government, or even the Turkish government, as a matter of fact, would lead me in serious criminal punishment in Turkey, my nation of origin.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there.
So that's why when I see stuff like this, when I see the state acting in this way, when I see the state, like, designing new bills that say, like, criticism of Israel is inherently anti-Semitic and should be illegal.
That's the one from today.
Yeah, when I see stuff like that, I am genuinely much more fearful about the future.
It's awful. It's
much more fearful about the future than, like, students actually protesting against their school in the most peaceful ways possible.
To be fair, I totally agree with you there. But I think maybe the difference is that I view these, like, in this circumstance, those two examples are both on the spectrum of not good or bad things. But you're absolutely right that the Israel thing, where you can't criticize Israel or say that people are working for Israel, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, it's astonishing.
He has like a 3 million neckbeard audience. Yeah, I mean, like, what I've learned through this is that he profoundly has no fucking idea what he's talking about, and there's a reason why you're getting the takes you're getting from him. It's not just the enlightened centrism, you know. He didn't get, like, you know, the special touch of the one true center. It's that he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He has no idea. He's like literally learning half of this shit as he's talking to Hasan, being like, so wait, there was like other civil rights protests, right? Yeah, no, I know, but then so, well, yeah, but like they were polite, right? And they followed all the rules, because that's the only thing I care about. It's that you shouldn't have, like, the police are okay, I think, if they're attacked by the fire extinguishers, to shoot kids in the face with the rubber gun bullet things. Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, fuck around and find out. Once you unleash a little bit of a fire extinguisher on a cop, he has, like, the legal rights to shoot you in the face with a rubber bullet. No, I know it can kill you. I know. Yeah, but again, those students, I mean, they were radicalized.
Doing your job that really frustrates me about, especially Los Angeles Police Department. You and I both know two different people that have had their car stolen that the police did nothing about. Both Ludwig and Myth got their car stolen, and
listening to it makes me think that he's not a bad guy, not just dumb and clueless. Yeah, I know, but the shitty thing is a lot of the effects are the same. Like, if he's making streams, and like he's also doing so much of the sexist shit, like constantly fanning the flames and legitimizing, like, if you are on your massive platform to your huge audience of, again, the guy has tens of thousands of people watching him live every single, that's stadiums. So he has stadiums of people who watch him live to give his opinions or takes on shit as he streams. And if he's sitting there and he's talking about how, well, I mean, like, this is actually kind of about the fact that people in Stellar Blade, you know, they missed out. They were promised something that hasn't been delivered. No, this is a whole bunch of fucking weird ass horny weirdos who don't legitimately, I think he cares about video games. Asmongold, not fucking Grums, that fucking vile ass weirdo who tanked his own fucking video game company because he just wasted all of the money on useless shit, like a fucking gamer bus that was supposed to look like an alien, but it ended up looking like a stomach worm. Like, it just weird shit like that. Don't, like, if you don't know anything about this, if you haven't looked into him, if you don't know what is the purpose of someone who's doing a petition to try and bring back Stellar Blade and give us our fucking titties, when on the other end, no one's trying to take them away. No one's going after your titties. Titties are going to be fine. Oh, yeah. So, you know, the same people who are trying to cancel me yet again. I just got canceled. People are calling me a fascist. If you're making videos where you're doing React Andy shit to cops beating up protesters without wanting to learn anything about what the context is here, it's just like, fuck around and find out. Yeah, but they broke some glass. Excuse me, a little smash the glassy glass.
Law, and you don't have rule of law, and you can't apply the law.
No!
Guys,
I am sorry, everyone. You have to watch ads within ads. Here. Non-ads. Yeah. But now I have to entertain you with whatever's left up here. And there's not much. It's battered and bruised in ways you can't imagine. I'm in the corner of my eye trying to keep an eye on to when the ads are still going. There's still ads. There's still ads. Those ads are still playing. It is a lot of ads on the Hasan show. You gotta sit there. I guess it's the hour. Is it? It's 5:19. It's not actually the hour on the hour. But yes, the ads they're still playing. They certainly are. Yeah. But instead of ads, you get this useless blathering. Yeah, it's what I'm literally paid to do. Just talk shit. Nonsense. Absolute shit. Utah has a snitch form for their bathroom bill. What's a snitch form? Explain. Where's Chico? He's like literally in the other room. Want to be near the sunbeams? I should bring him out. Chico! He's got a sunbeam. You cannot take him away from the sunbeams. I've tried. Yeah. But, oh, never mind. Chico, hey, don't leave. I just, hey. Yeah, everyone wanted to see you. How you doing, buddy? I mean, like, just right off camera. Yeah, I know. Oh, you smell the macaroni. You want to eat the macaroni and cheese. So that was Chico, and he's, now I've completely destroyed everything. This may surprise you. It's still ads. The ads are still playing. What is this? I feel like it's been over at least 2 minutes, right? It's gotta be. All right, there we go.
Justify the means.
Woo.
I think that can be used in a lot of ways that are extremely harmful. And I think that also they can always be used in very hypocritical ways, where the ends justify the means in things that I agree with, or you agree with, or somebody else agrees with, but not in cases where other people don't agree with it. And that's why I think that the only way to have any sort of a stable society is to have an official set of rules that everybody has to go off of. And if you start going off of that, or, you know, like diverging from that, everything becomes chaos and everybody starts inventing their own rules. And you have situations like what's been happening. And I think it's worse for everybody. Like you said, it's millions of dollars that it costs. And I think the truth is that if you want to change things, there is a democratic process to change things. And with the university, people do have freedom.
But you did say that the democratic process cannot is not going to work either in the state, in the case of Colombia, right?
Well, that's because it's not a democracy. But people can deal with it in a way that is democratic, which is simply choosing not to go there. So if people don't like what Colombia is doing, they can choose not to go to Colombia.
Wait, is he doing a capitalism solves all the world's problems, but for the school? I mean, hey, it sends a strong message at the end of the day, you know?
If these people don't even need to be there.
So that's a great question. And
yeah, vote with your wallet.
The best answer perhaps comes from James Baldwin, American writer and civil rights activist, who once famously said, and I don't want to paraphrase this, so I'm going to give you the actual quote here. He said, "I love America more than any other country in the world, And exactly for this reason, I insist on the right to criticize her perpetually. This is the exact same answer that I give to people as well whenever they tell me, why don't you fucking leave America if you're such a goddamn hater of America? Now, the reason why I have the financial freedom.
This is effectively the same quote as like I don't agree with what you're saying, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. So I agree with you. I think so, but I don't think all types of criticism are the same. So yeah, go ahead.
No, it is not effectively the same thing.
You and I both agree that dissent is healthy, right? And
yeah,
I think that
absolutely.
I think that there are, as I've explained earlier, all throughout history, we have had people who believe that their cause is righteous and their cause is just, and that their means actually, their ends justify their means, right? Their methods of protest. Yeah. And that is, I'm thankful, I guess, for people of the past for demonstrating the courage against the state apparatus that violently chooses to suppress them, so that I can live in a country or I can live in a world where people have shown that courage time and time again to bring us all of the amenities and all the freedoms that we now take for granted, whether it be
a great place to be.
Yeah, whether it be the American Revolution early on, which was a bourgeois revolution altogether, and there's still a lot of faults in America, but America shows a lot of promise, which it fails to meet on a regular basis. But ultimately, I choose to live here, right? And it is because
I love America. I think America's great. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Why is this on being so calm? Because I think he's looking at this one from a what's more beneficial to, say, the Palestinian cause. If I make a whole bunch of memes and get into a screaming match with Asmongold, or do I get some people, I guess, in his audience to finally learn some of this shit, maybe for the first time ever, having heard it, that's, I guess, kind of similar to the stuff you saw during some of Hasan's very calm debates with Ethan Klein of H3H3, where he was trying to point out that, yes, you have to understand that I'm not here in any way, shape, or form to tell you that I think Jewish people as a totality are bad, or that in any way, shape, or form I have a problem with Jewish people. I don't. I'm here to criticize Israel, the state of Israel, and the actions of the Israeli government. It's going to be a lot less memey. There's going to be a lot less explosions, You can't exactly pull, I don't know who the fuck you are. That's also true. I don't know who the fuck you are. You're all like, I free Palestine.
There needs to be a bar. To agree with the cause of the students. But beyond that, I think that their methods overall were...
They've been talking for about 30, 40 minutes.
Their methods overall were of a peaceful nature. And I think that the school reacting in this way by sending in the cops to brutally arrest these kids was genuinely fucked up, really fucked up.
Where do you think that bar is then? Where do you think that bar is?
And scary as well. What do I think that bar is?
Yes. That's why the police and so many other people in these states that have done that have tried so hard to try and justify it after the fact. There's a reason why they're doing press conferences, holding up fucking bike chains, being like, look at the weaponry, look at the Intifada was declared, the weapons came out, this was on a door, they had locked a door with this. It's like, yes, the bike chain's available on the school company website. It is deeply and profoundly fucked what y'all are doing. I love today we were watching Cornel West calling Piers Morgan out to his face, just being like, you're a fucking racist. You are. You value Palestinian life less than you value Israeli life, and because of that, a lot of it is justifiable for you to waste everyone's time talking about shit that doesn't fucking matter in the scheme of things. Is anyone on the other side of hey, by the way, go out to every institution and smash the glass, do it, no reason why, haha, just do a little evil laugh afterwards because you're a super villain. No one's saying that. No one's going go get out there and smash the glass, comrades. Only then can we free ourselves from the... No, but okay, is the cause of these protests righteous? Are we going to learn anything about it? Should we look into why the students are doing what they're doing? And then once we do that, should we spend time trying to be okay, maybe we should divest. We should divest from the military-industrial complex,
Their support. was for good reason, so that they don't have like random fucking Nazis showing up at their doorstep and saying a whole bunch of like fucked up things. That
I know
would
the
put
cause
a
is
lot
the
of
focus,
Jewish
unless
students
you
there
really care about
in direct danger as
making
well.
this about
To be like, oh yeah,
property.
free Palestine, also fuck the Jews, you know, that kind of thing. Not only looks bad optically, but it also is
It's also
not
just
only looks
disgusting.
bad optically, but is also putting the Jewish students at that encampment in harm's way. So I think that I guess the comparison is kind of like if there was a family on that courtyard having a picnic, right? Just because
Yeah.
you're a student, that would not give you the right to like step on the picnic while they're having a meal as a family.
Well, let's use the picnic analogy, right? And like, so if the picnic lasts for 6 days, do you think the university should have a right to tell the picnic people to leave?
I don't think the
I
picnic
feel
would
like
last because at that point it would be
but
something
like
different than a
assume with me,
picnic.
right? I mean, at a certain point, like I do think that they do have the right to get rid of them. Like I agree with you, right?
Well, here's
I
what
see what you're
I don't think
saying,
the
but I
university.
think there's a limit.
Let's be completely clear. If streaming existed during, like, you know, the height of the civil rights movement, Asmongold would 100% be doing React Andy shit. He would be laughing along, watching cops being like, oh, fucking, they're doing too much property damage. I'm sorry, fuck around, find out. You know, you gotta look. Oh man, that's a big hose, really spraying a lot of those people with water, eh? That's what he would do. That's what the streams would be, and the titles and the
have
thumbnails and all that
reacted,
shit.
like I mentioned, and tried to find a amicable and peaceful solution instead of actually greatly escalating to violent means by utilizing the police force and greatly putting students in danger of physical violence. That's my main anger here.
I get that. I think the students put themselves in danger. They were told by the cops to leave and they didn't do it. It's not their property. They weren't allowed to be on there. They were told to leave. They didn't leave. They are putting themselves in that position by their actions. Like, I mean, these aren't children, right? These are adults and they're smart people that are going to this college in a lot of this circumstance.
I'm muting myself way too much now. Getting too angry.
There's all the protests that have happened in the past, like the 1985 anti-apartheid protests.
Yeah.
Similar counters were.
Yeah, no, that was 2 mutes in like the first fucking
counter perspectives
5
were
minutes.
brought up in this circumstance.
I can't even mold
each of these individual cases. I've also maintained that, or I have also shown, I think, with enough historical precedence that like the government doesn't simply offer people nice things because of the kindness of their hearts. People have to demand those nice things.
Well, you have to vote for them, really.
Yeah, well, that too, for
vote,
sure. But sometimes it goes beyond voting.
And vote with your wallet.
The state will refuse what you voted for democratically, and will say, no, we're not going to do it. So I guess the question is always like, what is to be done? Like, what are people supposed to do? Because there is this idea, I think it was JFK who said it, that a violent retaliation to what is it? It's like, I think violent suppression of peaceful action makes violent retaliation a necessity.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah. I think we're saying the same thing. Like, I know what you're talking about, and so yeah, I feel like you're definitely right, and that non-violent action, I think, should be not going to that university. Don't go there. Vote for things and vote for people that will represent your interests in a way that's authentic and will enable you to change policy in a way that you think reflects what your views are. I totally agree with that, and that's what I think needs to happen much more, because I think that a lot of people in the U.S. and I hear this sentiment a lot, and I find it to be very. Well, the thing is, it's sad, but it's also kind of true. In some cases, is that people feel like voting doesn't work, and like voting does work, but
Look, yeah, I'm not the anti-vote guy. Definitely vote, but you should really be concentrating way more on local elections than the big sexy ones like America, the ones that everyone wants to watch, the big match coming down. In this case, who's the non-genocide option? Which one of the two, right? Because there's differences. There's a lot of differences between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And I'd probably be spending this time in another timeline if this wasn't taking place, probably discussing, hey, by the way, did you know recently these big things just happened? Joe Biden's doing some good things. More student debt has been forgiven. No one can concentrate on that. People can't even eat food right now because I had people in my chat the other day say, I'm eating less because I feel so guilty looking at footage of people starving in Gaza. And I was like, well, don't do that. Look after yourself. You're not going to be any like benefit to anyone if you're intentionally starving yourself in that way. Please look after yourself so you can go to protests and you can go to camps and you can go to direct action and all that kind of stuff. That's going to be first and foremost, but it's probably a really big part of this. A lot of people getting really fucking upset. The answer is not vote with your wallet.
Movements like this, that's why I am fully in support of protest movements like this, because the reality of the matter is active lobbying.
Lance, you're the YouTube goat, the only one who doesn't hate YouTube chat. I mean, if I was a person who really cared about the numbers, the whole size thing, I'd probably be like, wow, YouTube, you've been huge lately. There's days when YouTube has like 700 or 800 live viewers and Twitch will have like 200 or sometimes 150. And then everyone's like, what's going on over there in that little world, in the YouTube world? Usually nonsense. Awesome nonsense.
Seemingly get no solutions from our elected representatives. The system is designed as it stands currently. Yeah, but that's why I'm saying, like, it's not just about it can't be just about democracy, because that's the expectation, or rather, shouldn't say it can't be just about democracy. This is about more democracy, right? To make your elected representatives represent your interests rather than the interests of the wealthy few. And in order to get there, you do actually have to take it to the streets sometimes. You do actually have to show them that, like, no, you can't fucking do this. Like, this is ridiculous. And
I think it's also about
it is mafia time there in the back. I think they're going to start soon. Rebecca's joining later, but she's joining. She's back from vacation. I think they're just getting ready to launch it. Whenever they do, I'll gladly like free.
A lot of the people that he was going against was like nothing compared to them. But at the same time,
I mean, he got a lot of money from individual donors, especially.
I mean, compared to the bigger candidates, I mean.
I knew about Nick Fuentes. Yeah, what's his face? Elon Musk is bringing back Nick Fuentes because, of course, the student that was shot in the face is banned. Banned from the school? Like, got expelled from the school? Are you serious? Do you have a link for that?
$100 million of a super PAC, then like 100 million Americans giving $1. So yeah,
why?
$1, yeah, of course.
Wait,
yeah.
Why is he banned from Twitter?
I think the strength of the message is something
of course.
that also is
because
important.
Of course.
And I think if there's a strong enough message, people will believe in it and people will push it. I mean, we're the same age, right? So like, you remember Obama, right?
Really?
I mean, that was a very strong message.
He was
and people
50.
believed in that.
I thought he was older than I was.
And I think that it'll happen again too, whenever people.
Yeah, but Obama was ultimately.
Obama
ran on ending, closing Guantanamo Bay, and like ran against the Iraq War, and then was responsible for the troop surge and like the continuation of the Iraq War, right? So like, and
change his mind. I understand.
So my point is like, what do you do when your elected representatives that you voted for have told you a lie? Right.
Well, like, this is the thing, right? Because like, people use, for example, like, you use the Revolutionary War or like the Boston Tea Party or something like that as an example of like justified violent, like basically protest. And I agree with you. And so I think the question is that I think violent and like, material destruction protests, like basically illegal protest, is completely justifiable if you're not able to like vent your frustrations democratically. And so I think the question is really depending on, do people have the opportunity to vent those frustrations democratically? Because like what you're saying is like,
well, do you think they have this in this particular matter in America? Because you said
there's two circumstances, right? You're talking about with the schools. I think that they don't have it, and I think that they don't have the right to have it because it's not democratic fundamentally. Not everything needs to be democratic. And if you own something, it's like if 5 people outside your house democratically vote.
At least he's honest about it. Howdy, everybody. I just wanted to let you know that for the cost of a cup of coffee, you can unlock bonus uncensored episodes of Mind Explosions by going to patreon.com/theserfs. Our videos couldn't exist without your support, and all our content is released early to our Patreon subscribers, as well as a ton of extra content you can't get anywhere else. Please like, subscribe, and thumbs up this channel, and if you're feeling extra perky, share it anywhere you think people would like to see or learn from our videos. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We first want to give a shout out to everyone who makes this show possible. This program is produced thanks to the generous support of our Patreon supporters: Anna Loves Riley, Arian McCarthy, Cheryl Alvarez, Comrade Junkie, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Hagbar Celine, Jimmy Sombrero, Multi Mondi, Omni, Peanut Butter Blondie, Political Poppy, Preston Kroll, Quiet 185, Richard Bomey, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Ruby, Cernicus, Stellar Gwyn, Sebastian Demmel, Travis McClinton, and Words Greenwood. As well as every other person you see on the screen right now, this show would not be possible without them. And if you want to join these wonderful people who make this entire program possible, simply go to patreon.com/theserfs and you can unlock uncensored and bonus episodes and, help us exist.